Welcome back. So we will be continuing implementing our UI. This time we will be looking at the pages sign in and sign up. We will begin by creating a new dart file in our lib folder called SignIn Page. We will import Flutter, create a new stateful widget using STFUL shorthand and naming it SignIn Page. We will repeat this for the sign up page as well. Import Flutter, create a new stateful widget called sign up page. Now back to our main.dart file. Instead of the container, we'll be using a widget called tab bar view, and the tab bar view shakes in children where each child will be a page. So the first page will be the sign in page and the second page will be a sign up page. If we run it, nothing happens except for an error because we didn't provide our tab view with the controller. So a tab controller and nothing much happens. So we will start designing our sign in page. Inside the container we will provide a color of white and a child of type column. Here the first child will be a sized box to provide the top margin of height 50. Under the sized box there will be a widget called rich text, which will have a property called text, which we will give a value of text span. The text span again have a property called text, called children, where we'll be giving children of type text span as well, and the list will have children. The first child will be a text span. The text will be welcome back. Of style, let's give it text style. Of color, black. Of size, 35. Of letter spacing, 1.4. Now the next text pane we will again just copy paste this, since there isn't much difference except for the instead of Sophie we will be giving James, since our avatar is a male, and we will be providing an additional text style called font weight, about the comma, font weight, and give it a value bold. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so it is large enough, but however it is having this space not enough. Now there isn't enough space. For that we can wrap our column by padding, and instead of all we can give symmetric and a vertical of 15 and a horizontal of 40. Let's try that. Okay, now under our rich text we are going to again provide a sized box to provide a margin of 25, and under the size box a new widget called text field. The text field will have a property called decoration, which will take a widget of type input decoration and have this property called hint text, which we will give a value of email address. We will then again be just copy pasting this, since we will be repeating it, and instead of email address this time it will be a password, and again you'll use another property called obscure text and place it true. If we hit run we will get it. Now we will use a sized box again under this text field and give it a value of 15, and now the next child will be a row. So the row will again have two children. The first child will be the Facebook image and the second will be the Google image. The first will be an image dot asset with a path from images slash fb.png with the width of 30 and a height of 30 as well. The next child will be a sized box, since we need to give it some margin towards the left side, so a width of 15 will do. The next child will again be an image asset. We will give the path images slash google.png with the width same as before. Let's see if that works. Height of 30. Let's hit run and see what happens. The Google logo is for actually smaller. We can now change the size and let's hit run. Okay, that's more better. Now the last thing we need to end on this page is do the forgot password text. For that, inside our inner column, inside that we will have a children property. The children property has a list. We click on the starting squared box and we get the highlighted ending. So just before that we put in a comma and then add a new widget called text and give it a value of forgot password. Let's hit enter and see. Okay, this comes at the center. Now we have two things to do. First of all, align this towards the start. For that we go to the top column and use the property main axis alignment and cross axis alignment and give it a value start. So now it aligns to the start. The next thing we have to do is use the main axis alignment and give it a value of space between as we have done earlier. And now when we hit run, there seems to be a problem. Oh, I got what the problem is. So we have this problem when we do space between. Here there is equal spacing between everything. So for that, in order to remove that, we cut this, backspace. We now wrap our column with another column, and inside this column we paste our cross axis alignment and main axis alignment, and similarly we cut our text from here and we paste it under the list of the children of the topmost column. So when we hit run again, it all falls in place. Now we have done the sign in. Let's look at the sign up page. So we will just copy paste the entire thing from here and paste it onto our sign up page, since most of the code will be repeating. So if we hit save and run, the same thing is just here. So we will start off by removing the forget password. We don't need that. Now then we need to implement the password again. For that we will be copy pasting the sized box and text field and again pasting that, and instead of password it will be confirm password now, and we look back now. That's more good. Now welcome back James. We need to, before we do that, let's look at this. Enter your information below or log in with a social account. So for that, under our rich text we will create a new widget called text and we will give it a value. Enter your information below or sign up with, or not sign up, or log in with a social account. Log in with a social account. We will give some style to it, text style. We can give it a font size of 18, and we will end it off with a comma. Let's see how that looks. Okay, and we can give it a color of dark of gray. I haven't exported any particular color for that. Actually it's black enough, we don't need to change its color. So before that we will again put a sized box on top of it, and this time we will give it a height of 15, and when we run it, okay, so we have all it done now except for the text at the bottom. So instead of welcome back, it will be hello beautiful. So hello will go in the first text span, beautiful will go in the second text span. Okay, we can see that it is aligned towards the center. We can remove this by wrapping our rich text with the widget called align, and then under align we use the property called alignment and use center left. Now when we hit run, and there it is, our UI all done. Now since we have completed our UI, we can make this Facebook and Google buttons clickable by wrapping it with a widget called, let's wrap this with a widget called gesture detector, and this has a property called onTap, where you can write a function on what should happen when it is clicked. We can similarly wrap the other buttons as well using the onTap widget. So now when these are pressed, what we write inside this occurs. So we can write a function to log in inside this onTap. Similarly, another problem that might arise is when you click email address, this error occurs, bottom overflowed. In order to handle that, we can go to main.dart and inside our scaffold use resize to avoid bottom padding and set it to false. So if we save and run again, now when we press this, see, that error is solved. Hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys find it educational. Until the next video, bye.